Welcome back to Game Week 3 score predictions video. Before we proceed, I just want to have a somber moment here. A couple of hockey players in North America, unfortunately, were, put it this way, murdered on their bicycles in the United States of America. Rest in peace to Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. You guys probably know Johnny Hockey. He played for the Calgary Flames, which is just a province over here in British Columbia in Alberta. And he was traded to Columbus Blue Jackets and had a long-term deal, making millions of dollars. And he was in his hometown, or near his hometown in New Jersey, celebrating his sister, who is in the picture there. He's on the second to the right. And Matthew's in the middle, and Johnny, of course, is on the right. They were killed by a drunk driver, and my condolences to the family. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, sister getting married, and it's definitely took a turn for the worse. And best wishes for everybody. It's a horrible situation, and good to see all the hockey teams in the NHL and Calgary have sent their condolences, and my condolences as well. Rest in peace. Take a moment here. Also wanted to say that he played for the Calgary Flames, Johnny Hockey, and I never got the chance to see him play, but he was a great player, phenomenal hands, quick on his feet, little small guy. It's truly tragic, and took him too soon at 31. So, don't know what else to say. It's just horrifically tragic. Want to bring awareness and my condolences to the family again. Alright, now let's move on to last game week score predictions. Let's see how I did. So this is a brief summary of what I predicted. You can look through there, see glaring mistake on the first one there, but we got a oh na na. Brighton will score. They looked very good in the attacking third, but honestly, when Brighton's at home, you know, they can pull off a W. But I'm going 2-1. Alright, so this is how we did here. So, Brighton versus Manchester United. As I said previously, it could have gone Brighton's way, and it did. Manchester United did not take their chance when they could have gone 2-1 up to make my prediction pull, and it ended the opposite way, 2-1. So I got the goal difference, 1 point. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. Souček had very good goal influence and shots on goal and touches in the box. So if anybody's going to score, it'll be Souček for West Ham.
The next day.
I did say that I was favoring Crystal Palace, but if anybody was going to score, it would be Souček, and guess who scored?
Great success.
Souček, Ben Bowen. They won 2-0. I got the goal difference right, 1 point. This one's better. Fulham versus Leicester City. I got the result right, and I did it for goal difference, so 3 points. Manchester City versus Ipswich Town, 4-0 with the prediction. It ended up 4-1. Ipswich scored the early opening goal, and I got 3 points for the result, and Manchester City's goals scored. Another good result, Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest pulled out the late winner, pretty late. Gibbs White, great finish. I got the result and the score and the goal difference, which is 3 points. Another one, pretty well. Spurs, they finished 4-0 against Everton. Everton just, capitulated with Pickford in the second goal, with Son giving Son a free goal, and Son finished with 2 goals. Son, as long as Son can, get on the score sheet, they should be good to go against Everton.
The next day.
And I said previously, if anybody's going to score, it'll be Son. He needs to be on the score sheet for Spurs to win, and he was, and they won 4-0. I got the result right, and I got Everton's goals scored, which was 0, correct. And then this is where it took a turn for the worse on the 9:30 kickoff, 9:30 my time in Canada here, Pacific Daylight Time. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal took the dubs. Ollie Watkins had so many chances. Crazy how a goal was not put away by anybody on that team. It should have at least scored one goal. I didn't get the result right, and I got Arsenal's goal scored right, so that's 1 point. On to Sunday's fixtures. I got another bad result here with a tie. Newcastle did not get the dub there, but I got Bournemouth's goal scored right, so it's 1 point. Chelsea versus Wolves. They will bounce back, I believe so. They got so many players in their squad. They'll find a way. It'll hurt me, but I think Palmer will pick up something this game week. He rarely goes, blanking. But
A few moments later.
big comeback from Chelsea. Madueke hat-trick. Palmer hat-trick of assists. We finished. I got the result right and nothing else, so 2 points. And then last game of the game week was Liverpool versus Brentford. I went 2-0 for Liverpool. Oh, sorry, I went 3-1. A little. It ended 2-0 for Liverpool, so I got the goal difference right and the result right, so that's 3 points. And I finished on 21 points. So it's looking like this is the baseline. 21 points is the baseline. I think 21 points for my scoring system here, as you can see in the legend on the bottom. Get the result right, 2 points. Score line difference, 1 point each for each goal scored. And then goal difference is 1 point. So just based on my legend here, 21 points seems like it's the baseline. If you get 21 points, you had a pretty well game week, but you made some glaring mistakes. As you can see, Manchester United, West Ham, Newcastle, and the Arsenal game. But as long as I keep up 21 points, I think that's a good baseline for me. So moving on to game week 3. So we got just a highlight of fixtures in the bottom. Let's hop into it for game week 3. So as you can see on top left, we got the 21 point baseline. So Arsenal versus Brighton, the early kickoff for the game week. Never back to early kickoff. I am gonna go for an Arsenal win here, 2-1. I just feel, Brighton have been scoring, as we've seen in the Manchester United game in their first game against Everton. They played Everton, right? I think it was Everton. Everton got the red card. They've been scoring. They're one of the highest scoring. They finished with 6 points so far after 2 games, and Arsenal have finished with 6 points after 2 games. So someone will be losing points, or they're going to be sharing points. I'm taking that Arsenal will start the season with 3 wins, which is, they did that last or 2 seasons ago with Mikel Arteta, or last season, I'm not sure. But it ended poorly. They didn't finish on top, but they keeping up consistency. 2-1 for Arsenal, and yeah, I think that's a fair result given the situation here. Moving on to Brentford versus Southampton. I'm favoring Brentford at home. Southampton did score some goals midweek in the EFL Cup, so I think they'll squeeze a goal. But Brentford has enough manpower and scoring power to get the W here. So 3-1 Brentford. Moving on to Everton at home to Bournemouth. Everton really poor. Like, really poor. Like, and it's not good when Pickford's giving away goals, like to Son, and he's gonna give away a goal to someone on Bournemouth. I see, like someone's gonna make a mistake, and Bournemouth's gonna win away from home. Bournemouth has started the season with 2 draws, so if they finish with another draw, it's like unheard of. Like it's 1-1 draws. So I'm favoring Bournemouth away, 2-1. Moving on to Ipswich at home to Fulham. I went for low scoring here. Ipswich lost midweek in the EFL Cup, I think, on penalties to Wimbledon. But they did score in that game. But I'm thinking Fulham can keep a clean sheet. They got Anderson, boosted by Anderson, a rival. I think he returned to Fulham, right? Because he used to play for Fulham before they got relegated. But Fulham will win against Ipswich 1-0. Moving on to Leicester Vardy Party versus Aston Villa. If Aston Villa cannot score a goal here, their assets in FPL are garbage. I transferred in Rodgers, not to spoil anything, but I transferred in Rodgers, and you'll see who I transferred out. But I'm going for 3-1 against Leicester, who are at home, but Watkins needs to open his scoring for the season here. I see it happening. Moving on to Nottingham Forest at home to Wolves. Favoring Forest against Wolves. Wolves shaky to start the season. favoring Nottingham Forest because they will and can get the W here. It'll be 2-1, my prediction. And for the last game on Saturday's fixture, it is Manchester City away at London Stadium. 3-0 for Manchester City. I actually looked at a stat here on Google, so shout out to the Google statisticians. Manchester City have the most goals scored of an away team at the London Stadium since its inception. So that's not a great stat to have for West Ham when you're coming up against an away side coming home. But I think that even though they're missing Kovacic and Rodri, Stones may fill in at center defending mid, or they might put someone deeper like Bernardo Silva or someone young kid, the wing back. I don't know his name. I can yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't even know his name. Whatever. Forget that. But they'll either put him or Stones in the center defending mid role and in the sixth. But I see Manchester easily winning 6-0. On to Sunday's fixtures. It's September 1st. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, a London derby here. Chelsea were, they bounced back midweek. They bounced back, with that big scoreline against Wolves. I think they're going to take the W here as well, 3-1 against Palace. Moving on to another, the last two games of the game week are very good games. So Tottenham is away at Newcastle. 2-1 is my prediction, but this can easily go the other way. Newcastle's at home. They have been leaking goals, but Spurs seem like they've been in their groove. Kulusevski played very well.